girlfriend.
Hey, girlfriend.
I see you grooving over here.
You know, this will never get old for me.
It's the shoulder lead.
It's the shoulder rock. It's the shoulder rock.
The shoulder rock.
It's the shoulder rock.
All right.
So, what's going on?
I figured we would talk about a little sex.
Sex?
Ooh. Sex.
Whoa, the forbidden word.
I figured we grown. We all grown here, aren't we?
We are grown, but I'm still a little taken aback. I had to clench my
Clench
pearls.
your pearls.
Sex.
Clench those pearls, girlfriend.
Yes, welcome to the Tell All Podcast with your host, JB.
And of course, Brenda Lee.
Hey, hey.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. This week, we are discussing, sex. But sex on a different level. Sex from those who have experienced surgery. And how is your sex life after surgery? So this isn't just regular sex. Everybody do regular sex.
Right.
How
It's that surgery sex.
How that thing feel after?
How that thing thangin' after?
That thing, is it thangin' or is it just, damn that thing?
Damn.
I don't know. So let's get into it.
Woo! All right. Let's get
drink
into
me a
it.
little bit of water before I get started.
Oh, well, you go on ahead, because it's either you're going to have the waterfall or you're going to be dry as the Sahara Desert.
Yes, we'll take the first one.
All right.
So how does surgery affect your dating life and or sex life?
Woo.
And I know there's many
layers and levels.
Uh-huh.
So, would you consider getting the silicone injection surgery?
So no, I wouldn't consider that the surgery part, right? So it's a form of enhancement.
A procedure?
It's a procedure.
Okay.
But it's not surgery. So after surgery, like I know specifically for you, tell me how it felt after your first, like going under the knife surgery.
So, listen, I have a great experience with my first surgery because it was my boobs.
The boobs.
It was the boobs.
It was the boobies.
I had my son and I nursed him for a complete year.
Okay.
So when I was nursing him, I went from a natural C to a triple D.
Damn, girl.
So by the time
you got rid
milk,
of those tiggle bitties.
well, no, I didn't get rid of them, but when I stopped nursing, the milk dried up. And so I went to a saggy A.
Damn. So you was in the itty bitty titty committee a little bit.
No, I was in the saggy cow titty committee, looking like I've been milked. So I was like, oh, I can't walk around with these.
Right.
So I asked the doctor to throw some D's on them, right? Talked about this before. But prior to me having breast augmentation, Mike, I had slight nipple sensitivity.
Okay.
But after having my breast augmented, it enhanced the sensitivity to my nipples.
You were lucky because some women lose sensitivity. So kudos to your doctor.
Let me tell you something. When I got in the shower for the first time and the water hit it,
yes,
I was like, woo! Wait, hold up, what's that? Wait!
Well, damn.
I said, woo, hold on, okay. Am I feeling what I'm feeling? It was so sensitive, and I'm like, sticking them in and like, woo, pulling them out, sticking them in. I'm like, can I handle it? So I'm in there, I'm playing double dutch with the water, like, do I go in or go out? Do I go in? Do I go out?
Right.
So it enhanced it. It like literally my sensitivity went like probably 4 times.
Okay.
In the better direction.
Perfect. Okay.
For me. So it enhanced my sex life, obviously, because that's all you had to do was just nibble on my nipples, and I was in heaven.
Exactly.
And I'm like, ooh.
So as far as surgery, it enhanced your sex life.
Breast augmentation enhanced my sex life for me, yeah.
Okay, and it made you feel more confident and comfortable and...
Absolutely, because after having, like I said, saggy A cups, knowing I came from a natural C and went to a triple A,
God damn, not a triple A. You wasn't a triple A.
I was double A or triple A. It was one of them. I was in the A's.
I can't believe that, but
yeah, nursing, you get there just from the milk production.
Well, I had little. Well, we'll get to me later, but yes.
Okay. So that in my first surgery, that enhanced it. Okay. So yeah, I can say that I've had both experiences. It enhanced and then it declined.
Declined in what way?
So with the breast augmentation, I had more of self-confidence and I had more of the sensitivity and I just was feeling really good about my body.
Okay.
When I had to get the silicone removed, now I'm dealing with scars. I'm dealing with pain from healing, scar tissue, limited mobility. And then I'm also dealing with body dysmorphia.
Right. Okay.
Because I'm going from, a nice butt to no butt. And that was a major and drastic change for me. So that changed my sex life because I didn't want anybody looking at me. I didn't want to have to get undressed and deal with that. Okay. So I've experienced both ends of the spectrum.
Right. Okay. Now, as far as, let's stick to the positive side for right now. So you get your breast done. You get more sensitivity. You get it popping.
Off the rip.
You get it popping in the shower. At home, you just be sitting there like, girl, these titties.
Right, exactly. I'm like, yeah, and it was nice. I had a new addition, so I'm like, all right, these things sitting up. And
what was the, what is it? So how did guys react to the new breast?
Well, during that time, it was the breast movement. So breast was the thing back then. So it was getting compliments and especially wearing your little tops like you have on right now.
As we see, yes.
And having a girl sit up and just, like
right.
La 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 la, being Miss Parker. Hey, Miss Parker. Miss Parker. So it's like,
you gonna pick that up?
Hey, boys.
They dropping stuff in front of you just so you can pick it up.
Exactly. Okay. So it was just like going through that phase, especially being a new mom and walking around with, saggy breasts. And now I got my groove back. So that was cool.
Okay.
So yeah, it was definitely receiving compliments, and I even, carried myself differently. My head was held a little higher at this point in time.
Not higher.
Yeah.
Higher than what it is?
It was. At the point, at that time, it wasn't.
No, I get it. I understand. But that's good. All right, so now the flip side, the bad side of it, was when you got the silicone removal and then experiencing the loss of the booty.
Yeah, so
R.I.P. to the booty.
R.I.P. Everybody pour a little liquor out for it.
Yes.
But I'm much healthier, so it had to go.
It had to go.
But yeah, it was just, like I said, body dysmorphia, seeing yourself in the mirror with these new profound changes. Like it was immediate. It's like it was here and now it's gone. Right. So for me, having the scars, and even though the scars it's not bad. Like looking at it now, I'm like, it's really not bad. But before, you go from nothing being there to having scars there, having that a flat butt now, like nothing is there because they had to take everything out that they could. So that part, I didn't feel sexy. I just felt like a little girl at that point. Like I didn't want to be seen.
I can totally relate to that.
Yeah. So for me, it wasn't that changed my sex life. I didn't want to have sex anymore.
Okay. So as far as dating was concerned, now were you in a relationship when you got your breast done?
I was with my son's father when I got my breast done.
Okay. And so you were already in a relationship. So
right.
It was just enhancing.
It was enhancing, yeah, because he was acting a fool at the time. So it was like, okay, keep acting a fool because I'm going to get these breasts sitting back up. Bring them from, down south up north.
Bring them up north.
Bring them up north.
Up north.
And it's going to be on and popping.
Okay. So now let's get past the relationship with your son's father. Now you're single and you got these nice titties.
Right.
that got a lot of sensation that runs through them.
Right.
Just with a little touch. How does that work with the next guy? Like the next boyfriend or the next guy that you...
No, it was great.
It was great. Okay.
It was
cool.
great. Yeah, I didn't have any issues at all.
Perfect. And no complications with your breasts or anything like that?
No, I didn't have any complications at all. So before I got my breast done, I actually took it was a vitamin supplement called Vitamedica.
Okay.
And you can take them 2 weeks prior to getting surgery. So I took those 2 weeks prior to getting surgery. And honestly, that was the best thing I could have ever taken because it prepared my body for this surgical procedure. I had like minimal swelling and no bruising at all.
Wow.
It was amazing. I just had to, put ice on them. And that was pretty much it. But I didn't have any pain. Like, I was not in a whole bunch of pain at all. And I know some people had a different experience with breast augmentation. But for me, and I had to get a lift. So it wasn't just breast augmentation. It was a lift with augmentation.
That's very intrusive.
Which can be very intrusive. But because I prepared my body prior to that surgery, I was good.
Now, when you got your breasts done, were you the type to be like, the stick it right here, like put your boobies together, because now they're bigger. So like me, I went from a small B cup to now a double D cup.
Wow.
We threw some D's on that shit. So, it's different. So I couldn't do that before. So it's like, where you putting that at? It's,
right.
You gonna put it in between nothing.
Right.
So that's why I'm saying, like, you get to do different things that Pornhub University teaches us. Okay, don't act like y'all don't watch Pornhub University. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your situation, especially coming from a B cup going to double D.
Okay. So in 2017, I got my breast done, and it was, I had to catch up with that butt. That butt was just too big. So it was like, let me go ahead, and the doctor, my surgeon over here in the U.S. kept saying, oh, you should get your breast done. You should get your breast done. I was like, nah, I'm not. Mind you, like there's titty men and ass men. I was more of a ass woman myself.
Right. Okay.
So I didn't care about my titties looking like anything. They were small, and it was like Kanye said, like up top, 2 bee stings. That was it. I had the 2 bee stings, and I was cool with it. But then, obviously, I'm like, well, I could do a modest little. I'll go modest. I'll go C cup. So at first it was fine, but I got a breast lift as well. So I got a breast lift and like 350 cc's, which is still small.
Okay.
I went modest. However, I liked how it shaped things out.
Okay.
And it was fine. And it was just a C cup. It wasn't a double D. I didn't become a double D until last year.
Really?
Yeah. Gaining weight.
Oh, weight gain made you a double D.
Yep.
So it wasn't from surgery.
No, surgery made me a C cup.
Okay.
A nice big C cup. So I was like a 36C.
Okay.
That's what the bras were when I purchased them. But then I kept the same bras for a couple years, 3-4 years. I had like a couple bras.
Okay.
Right. Because I hate wearing bras. But then as time went on and I gained weight and getting a tummy tuck, all of that also aided in me having these double Ds now.
Wow. Okay, so you
the
had a free
belly was
upgrade.
Yeah, I had a free upgrade.
Okay.
So now these things just sit up and it's great. But
the
things do be thanging. Be like, what, you said you want me to get on top? All right, nothing, no problem. Now it's the legs. Jesus.
You couldn't pull out the Megan knees.
They come out every once in a while.
Okay.
No, but because of the surgery that I had. So I still have like issues with my groin area and all of that kind of stuff. So on the flip side the good parts of surgery for me and my sex life, it did enhance my confidence. The breast gave me like this newfound sexiness. It made me feel more like a damn superhero.
Okay.
I was feeling like Wonder Woman every time I step out in the shower. I'm like, looking in the mirror. But and they're nice. So not only do I get to say they're nice, but my partners, it's like, nah, my partner. He says he loves them. So it's just like, it's cool. So it's like, all right, we both love them.
Okay. So were you in a relationship then when you first got them done?
When I first got them done, I was in a relationship and he was so insecure.
Really?
Oh my God. Oh, you acting like that because you got them new titties. I'll pop them. What?
Wait,
no,
not you gonna pop
He
them?
told me he was gonna pop my titties.
Oh man.
I said, oh no, sir, you're not. Care Credit got these on lock.
So would you say your attitude did change once you got your breasts done?
Not immediately. This was his insecurity. So men project their insecurities onto you. Oh, you're acting new. You're acting different. I wasn't acting like anything because for me it was the ass.
Okay.
These titties didn't mean anything. It was just like, oh, I like them. He wasn't a titty man anyway, so it was all about the ass for him.
Okay.
So then, a couple years after that, we broke up, and then I had some time by myself. And then in 2020, my baby found me.
All right.
In the wilderness. And he came swooping in like the He-Man that he is.
I know that's right.
And he said, I like those titties. He said, I think I'm going to keep them for myself.
All right.
You know.
Shout out to my bro.
Shout out to my baby. But no, he loves everything about the titties. And in addition to the titties, obviously the bad part of surgery and how that affected is the removal of silicone as well.
Okay, so how did that impact your sexual life?
It did a lot for me, and I'm sure like I'm gonna have him on the show.
Okay.
In the upcoming weeks.
Okay.
So he'll give his perspective on how he feels and what he has endured and went through. But for me, it was being with him with a voluptuous, thicker body, curvy. Sex is different by way of men are visual.
Right.
So, you got that thing, and as you stated earlier, and that thing going back with no brakes. It ain't had no brakes. That thing was a Mack truck, no brakes. And so, his slim ass was handling it.
Okay.
And it was all good. It was that I know that I'm thick. I know I look good. My body is popping. And then it went from the super overly confident me to, oh shit, damn, I feel like you said, like a little girl. He's like, no, babe, you look beautiful. I love you this way. But I know what he's used to, and I know what I'm used to. So that it kind of, for me, it was many times I was like, and then my legs hurt. So I'm like, I don't want to get on top. My legs hurt, or I don't feel sexy today. But I still gotta do my womanly duties with him.
Right.
But he could tell the difference.
Got you. So when you say your legs are hurting, like, can you explain that a little more, like why or how your legs are hurting? Right.
So the groin area, I had silicone that migrated to my groin area.
Okay.
And I think that something with the muscle in that area, it tends to lock up. So let's say you're on top, you're doing cowgirl, or you're just on top as a woman doing whatever it is that you do. You can get upwards to 50 pumps.
Okay.
But after that, not even that sometimes, honestly, like in all seriousness, being on top and your legs being spread open, depending on what your body is experiencing that day. So if I've been out all day, I've noticed that when I'm more tired, my body is now experiencing fatigue. And if we go to have sex that evening, like, no, it's a him night. Like, I'm not even going to try to play myself because I already know. And then my leg starts going numb. My feet get tingly. So it's a lot of little stuff like that are precursors to let me know don't even try that shit tonight.
Got you.
And then there's nights where I might take an edible and it's a wrap.
You have no pain.
I don't have no pain.
That pain has been dulled.
So, edibles definitely help at the time, to be honest. But with surgery, I think that if the surgery is done correctly, it boosts women's confidence, their esteem, their love for themselves, all of these things in a positive. Right. And for us, it may be negative for the man because if we're super overly confident and they notice a change, they're like, who are you doing it for? You know, but that's a whole nother situation. But overall, surgery can enhance your sex life.
Right.
In
I agree.
many ways. Especially, it's nothing like if you see a big girl, right? And you see her on the beach and she got her stomach out, cellulite, all kinds of stuff that people deem not sexy, right? To each his own. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but she's confident. That's super sexy. Like, I could never understand how people would, I mean, we'll look and be like, I wouldn't do it, but at the same time, I look at it and I'm like, damn, that's dope as shit. She has crazy confidence.
Yeah, so you look at it as a more positive light, or in a more positive light versus a negative light.
Yeah, definitely. So, but for the other part of surgery, when shit doesn't go right, that's what I wanted to touch on too. Like, when it doesn't go right, like, how does that affect your life, your sex life? It affects your whole entire life, but sex, importantly, is like, it's important to you in your relationship. You know what I mean? So if you're not able to be intimate with your partner, what's the likelihood of you guys staying together? I mean, love is love, but if you're not like coming together and having intimate moments and obviously having sex and stuff like that, I seen something on, was it K. Michelle show? I don't think you watched it, right?
I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah. I think it's the second one. The girl wasn't having sex with her boyfriend or whatever. She had like a botched tummy tuck from abroad.
Oh, wow.
And I felt bad. My heart went out to her by way of just like, damn, I can sympathize with her. I didn't have that specific situation, but just being able to, and she's married, so it was her husband.
Wow. Oh, it was her husband.
Yep, and he was very supportive. He was by her side and all that kind of stuff. So it's like, she doesn't want to be touched. She don't want to show her husband how it looks and all of that kind of stuff. So that kind of, you know, had a couple little tinks come out watching the show. It was like horrible to see, but that's the reality of most women who are botched currently, here, abroad, everywhere. Like, when something isn't right, something isn't right. Like, if, for instance, if a man lost his job, right, and he's not able to provide like he once did, you think he's caring about sex? Absolutely not. You know, he's a man. Especially a man with pride and ego.
Right.
He's going to want to be able to get out here, get it popping again before he even thinks about laying in the bed with you and giving you dick.
Yeah, and then for women, definitely, we are all about visual. Yeah. Because we know men are visual.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's like we want to get it right. And I'm sure, you know, she went and got a tummy tuck for a reason. It was something that she wanted to fix to improve. So, you know, she thought maybe, you know, coming back, she would be in a better place that she would want to be in.
Right.
And, you know, have that body and please her man. And it just went wrong.
Yeah, when surgery goes wrong, it affects every area of your life. Like how you come out the house, you know, how you date.
Right.
You know, and like for an example, there was a point in time where I dated a little bit, even after surgeries or whatever, when I wasn't in a relationship. And that's kind of like, it's fun. The first 1, 2, 3 dates.
Right.
After that, it's kind of like, damn, I like him. Am I going to take it there? Am I going to explain to him what I just went through? And what if he doesn't like it? Is he turned off? You know, all these things run through your mind. So it's kind of like, I'd rather not even have sex.
Got you. So you won't even take it to the next level because of your insecurities with surgery.
Yes.
Got you.
So that's why I said I'm thankful that I am in a situation or a position where I have somebody who I'm comfortable with.
Right.
Despite all my flaws.
Right. Do you still have insecurities though, even
Absolutely.
though you're comfortable with them?
I'm comfortable with him. Absolutely. 100% comfortable with him. But there are moments of insecurities. Like we're getting ready to go on vacation and I was trying on bathing suits. So it doesn't matter that I had a tummy tuck or did this or did that. When the work is not done correctly and you know you're a perfectionist, I had a whole freaking meltdown in that bedroom. Like,
wow.
and he's like, no, you look fine, because I'm looking at him to see how he's viewing me.
Right.
And then he's like, and he's very honest. So I do appreciate that. But it is also like, if I don't see that gleam in his eye when I had that on, he's like, oh, that's cool. I'm like, it's ugly. Like, what is it, Tammy the talking tummy? I had a white girl's moment and shit. I had a meltdown. He was like, girl.
Oh, man.
But then we ended up ordering new bathing suits, and they came back and they look nice. So he like, oh, this one looks nice. This one's covering. But it still doesn't take away what I want. Because when I view myself in the mirror, I look at how do I view myself? How can I explain it rather? I look at myself and I'm like, damn, you have these scars, but you look so bomb most days. But there are days that I look and I'll be like, damn, well, he took me a little too concave on one side and he did that. And I'm just like, it just depends on how I feel that day. Most of the time I feel great. But there are moments where I have insecurities about the shape that I'm in currently, because it's a transitional period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not all the way complete.
So, do you feel like your sex life would change once you're complete? Or
to be honest with you,
just a mental thing for you?
I think it's a mental thing for me, because realistically speaking, the past couple weeks have been like increasingly getting better and better with time for me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, just as I continue to like my situation, like just like how I look, like I'll put on lingerie and I look nice.
Okay.
And then I'll just like feed off of that energy. So I'll do a little something with my face and, you know, get myself together. And so it feels like, oh, you ready for bed? He's like, hell yeah, I'm ready for bed. And I'm like, all right, well, let's go.
Right.
So that kind of enhances it versus me just being butt ass naked. And I'm like, all right, come to bed, because that's the norm.
Right.
So it's like stepping out the box, doing little things that are going to enhance my confidence and security with myself.
Okay.
Yep. And as we went out, got a couple little outfits. You know, that kind of stuff. So just doing new things that I really didn't care to do before, because I'm like, I had a fat ass and a nice body. So
you didn't have to do anything.
No. So now it's just like appealing to that visual for him.
Okay. So that's something that people can do if they have, you know, insecurities about their body or body dysmorphia, just finding ways to make them feel sexy, basically.
Exactly. Or take a shot, or a nightcap, some wine, just something that's going to make you feel comfortable and just relaxed. Because the more you try to overdo something, it only leads to like you being in your head even more.
So let me ask you this, because you did say like you had pains in your legs or you can't do certain things. When you took the edible, did you have any after effects?
No, I didn't have any after effects. That shit puts me to sleep after a little while. So it aroused me and then makes me want to go to sleep.
Okay, so you didn't have pain like in your legs or anything in the morning or anything like that.
No.
It gave you the flexibility that you needed.
It definitely gave me the flexibility that I needed. And, that's a good thing to point out, because really, like, even people that are not into anything like obviously drugs or whatever, shit, don't knock it till you try it. I wasn't a person who indulged in anything. I just started drinking like 3 years ago. Okay. And so, you know, as I get older, I get to understand it. Plus, I mean, kids don't understand certain things. Like, that's why they're not able to drink till you're 21 and so on and so forth. But as an adult, you've had life experiences and you've been through this and that. And I'm like, okay, if I take this, I know that I need to be in the house and I need to be around someone that I trust. And who better than my man? And then I just found out that thing is even crazier on an edible. So, you know.
Well, just hearing that, you know, well, obviously marijuana they use now for medicinal purposes. Just even being able to have an edible and have the relief that you need and not have a side effect, that's actually pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. And to To be honest, like the smoking piece of it is even better because you can control it.
Okay.
So, like smoking weed helps you to mellow out and not feel the joint pain, not feel like my leg. What is it? A Charlie horse? It catches Charlie horses often. These are all things that I don't know if they're ever going to go away, to be honest with you, especially since the silicone still is some in my body. And
you still have some in your body.
No, everyone still has some in their body, you know.
Okay.
Whether it's 1 or 2%, whatever it is, it's still a foreign matter in your body. And so you never know how it's going to affect you 10, 20, 30 years from now, or even 5 years from now. And so just to know that Sister Marijuana is there for me, I really appreciate her.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
that helps.
Oh, that's good.
Now, as far as the self-conscious, the body dysmorphia, the insecurities, all of that kind of stuff, yeah, that plays into, like I said, when a procedure has gone wrong. And honestly, women who've lost a lot of weight. I know when I was bigger, I handled my bigness in one way versus now that I'm smaller and I still will be in the large and the 14 sometimes, and I'm like, oh wait, let me go down here. I'm not that anymore.
Right.
But in your mind, you still feel that way. And some days, obviously, if I eat certain carbs or whatever, the next day my face does get a little chunkier.
Okay.
And it's like, but overall, women experience a lot of body dysmorphia, whatever state they're in. You could be losing weight, you could have had surgery, or just how you view yourself. Women who are slim and want to be slimmer or see themselves fat and never been fat a day in their life, but in their head they feel fat. So it's not a actual or factual thing. It's what they feel or what they deem as reality.
Right, that's true.
So if I feel fat, I am fat. That's why when you're a kid, you speak to your kid and you tell them basically like, you are great, you are this, you are that.
Words of affirmation.
Yeah, because if not, like, you can't call them stupid. You can't, do any of that, even though our parents probably did that shit to us. Mom, no, you didn't. Not my mom, but
my mom didn't do that to me either, actually.
Yeah, no, but I've been in that situation. I probably have said that to one of my boys back in the day. I don't know. Gotcha. I was young and crazy. Kenny, get your ass over here. Sit your stupid ass down. I probably said that. God forgive me. Kenny, I love you, Kenny.
Kenny, forgive her.
Right.
But no, yeah, definitely. I feel like it can go either way. Like, if it's great surgery, you're going in there highly confident. You're like when you said you didn't have to turn or put anything on. You didn't have to do anything extra.
Yeah.
But even if it doesn't go the way you plan, it's still other ways to feel sexy. Even if you just light candles and kind of set the mood, get a nice movie on or music on or whatever you need to do to really just set the tone. And lingerie is always a plus.
Yeah, and for me personally, I like lights on, so
okay.
I need you to see all this.
It's lights off for me.
Nah.
Turn the lights down. I go by.
She said, "Turn the lights down."
Listen, when Teddy Pendergrass says, "Turn off the lights," you like click and light a candle. You gonna get that candle light? You not getting no like this type of light. What you want? Stadium lights in the room?
I definitely want stadium lights. I need all the lights on me like that.
She said, "I came to show up and perform." You giving concerts?
I'm definitely giving concerts. And my neighbors, they don't like us.
Oh, I bet. The neighbors know your name.
They know his name. They know his name. You know his name. Say it. But no, in all seriousness, but that's some good stuff, just being able to identify that, ladies, even if you're in a transitional period, I mean, you still can be hot shit.
Right.
You really just got to show up and show out. That's the end of it. A man loves confidence more than anything. So if you come in there and you're faking it till you make it, shit, he gonna love it, and you gonna start to enjoy being that character in that moment, and hopefully it runs over to your everyday life, and now that becomes you.
Yep, fellas too. If
too.
you know, if you're a guy who are having these same feelings, you can definitely figure out a way to make yourself feel sexy and, you know, want it.
Yeah, so when you show up insecure, that honestly translates to some whack ass sex and some bullshit.
I hate that for them.
I hate that for them too. Like, but just think about it. Like, you know, you have great sex, and then you have your days where it's just, let's get this quickie. Just throw that ass like Rocky to the side.
Throw it to the side.
Take this side ass. But
for everybody, Rocky is
my grandpa.
her grand pup. He's a little dog. He's super cute, and he always want to throw his butt to the side, which is interesting. So
Yes.
that's what we're referencing.
Do a Rocky.
Right.
But no, overall, everyone, just love the skin that you're in, even in the transitional period again, and try to live every day with purpose, and get your sex life on.
Get it popping.
Yeah, get it.
I feel like that'll even help you get through your days. Like the bad days, just
Yeah.
throw on something sexy, some candles, and get it popping. Let
Throw
that
on
energy
some
out.
shoes.
Yep. If
Just
you
get-
can. If
Yeah,
it, you know,
just
within
look
reason.
cute. Put a little lipstick on, a little red lip, or some lip gloss. It's just little things. Just let the little things carry you through your moment.
Absolutely.
Well, that's it for me tonight, guys.
All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in. Hopefully, this was something that helped you in a major way. And make sure you get online and start shopping for those items, okay?
All right.
We will see you guys next week.
Next week. Peace out.
Peace out. Bye.
Bye.